Hi everyone, Miss K here, and we are going to do our last video for now, which goes up to introducing a new note. So far we know our lowest note is B. We start our scale on C, D, E, F, G. We go back down to F, E, D and C. Then we bring in the B and we end on our home note C. Now, of course, there are loads more notes, so we need to start improving our range, the amount of notes that we know. So today we're going to learn a new note. What comes after G in music? Well, don't say H because H is in the alphabet, but in the musical alphabet after G we go to A. There are only so many notes and then it starts again. So after our G we're going to do A. Now for A we use these two fingers. Which note that we know already uses the fingers? That is the note E, of course. So we need to make sure that we're high enough in pitch when we're going to A, that we go up to A, one note above G, and not slip down to E, which would obviously not be the right pitch. So let's learn our scale, or practice our scale first of all. So copy me, I'm going to do 3 notes, and then you're going to do 3 notes back to me. After the G, I'm going to add in A, which uses notes 1 and 2. Okay, copy me. 1, 2, off we go fast. Your turn. C, C, C. Your turn. D, D, D. My turn. E, E, E. Let's tighten out. Up to G. Big breath. G, G. New note coming up. A, A, A. Back to G now. Your turn. G, G, G. Down to F. Your turn. E now. Relax your lips. Home note coming up. Down to B. B, B, B. Home note. C, C, C. So that now is our scale from C up to A, down to C, bring in the low B and back to C to finish on our home note. So this is your aim, to practice all of these notes and do them really, really smoothly. So it would go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course take a breath wherever you need to. Okay, so if we're going to learn to read the note A, then we need to look at page 17 in Team Brass. So we're going to skip forward a bit. We've done the German tune, which used C to G in the first part and used also lower B in the lower part. We're going to skip a couple of pages straight onto page 17 in Team Brass, which brings in the A. And if you look at the top, you can see it there in that second space up, using the first and second valves, as we've said. Now, let's practice first. Before we start to try and play it in a tune, we're going to practice playing the note. So there it is. That's what it looks like. First and second fingers. You've got this grid here. Play these notes with different rhythm patterns. You can play them going across like this, or down like this, or diagonally, or you can mix them up. So have a go, before you do too much on A, have a go at making up your own music using A and all of the notes that you know so far. Now we're going to look at these 3 exercises, but we're going to start with the one in the middle because it's actually the easiest. We'll do the one in the middle, then the one on the top, and then the third one. So we're going to start with this one here, the one in the middle, which starts on the note F. These are, how many beats on each of these notes? These are all 2 beats long, except for the very last note. just going to move this across so that I make sure I tell you the right notes. So here we go, starting on F. I'm going to play it first. Why don't you just practice with your fingers while I'm playing it and say the names of the notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the last note because that is a semi-breve. Okay, I'm not going to do that again. You can pause the video, go back and practice it yourself. Make sure you're getting your air going really fast as you're going for those upper notes. You're taking a good breath, you're standing up straight or sitting up straight, getting those good notes, good sound on those notes and getting them in tune. Right, now we're going to do the third one, the next one down, which is very similar, but the notes go faster. Instead of one F for 2 beats, and another F for 2 beats, you have 2 Fs for 1 beat each, 2 Gs. Then it goes up to A, etc. Go through the tune slowly, have a look, do the fingers, name the notes, listen to me, stop the video, practice it a couple of times, then rewind and you can play it with me. Here we go. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can learn these couple of tunes, that will really help you to get good at A before you start to try and play the songs further down. I'm not going to do the first one of those set of 3. I'll leave you to practice that one. It's only G and A, your highest 2 notes. I'm going to look at the pattern. It says it's based on the quadratone. Now, quadratone, let's break that word down. You've got quad, that's a number. That would be a number 4, like a 4-sided shape, a quadrangle, or quadrilateral, 4-sided. Yes, so quadratone means 4 sounds instead of 4 sides. So 4 sounds, it only uses 4 different notes in this song, this pattern. Look at the beginning of the song, it uses C, number 1, it uses E. Then you've got a G, which is repeated, so that is note number 3. Even though we've used up 4 notes. So note number 4 is going to be our new note, A. So it only uses 4 notes, C, E, G and A. So let's play those 4 notes. What do you notice about the fingers? Let me do that again. Only uses C, E, G, A, G, E, C. Only uses open and 1 and 2, which is a really nice pattern on the trumpet fingers. So you can practice that as fast as you like. So let's look at the pattern. Only uses those 4 notes, and you can see that each phrase is 2 bars long. Phrase A, phrase B, phrase A repeated, and phrase C. Let's practice phrase A. I'm going to play it. You can play it after me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your turn after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, E, G, G, A, G. Now look at the second phrase. Now the first phrase, I think of that as like a question. It's open-ended. It doesn't sound finished, does it? It needs something to come after it. Let's listen to phrase B. 3, 4. Okay, can you play that one? 1, 2, off you go. G, E, G, A, E. Does that one sound finished? I think it sounds half finished. Half finished because we're halfway through the tune. The next we have phrase A repeated. The question phrase again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't sound finished, does it? It's open. We need something to follow it. Let's listen to the final phrase, phrase C. Does that one sound finished? Yes. Finishes on our home note. Finishes on the home note. It's also a long note, so it really, really sounds finished. So when you get to the end of any piece of music, it should sound like it's the end. So now let's play the whole pattern. Pause the video, practice all the sections. When you're ready, come back and we'll play the whole pattern all together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Question, answer, almost answer, question, finished. Now, can you make up your own questions and answers? That's the next stage. To use those notes and make up your own questions and answers. So just the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make up some questions and leave a space for you to make up an answer. So here's my first question. Needs to sound unfinished. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make up an answer using the same notes from the quadratone. Here I go with a different question. Your space for an answer. Okay, so it's your job to make it sound finished when you think we've got to the end. If I was going to finish it off, this is my answer to that phrase. So I used some of the same elements of the question. I used some of those repeated notes and the rhythms, but I turned it round and I ended on our home note, which is always important when you get to the end of a piece. So have a go, Team Brass, page 17, using the note A and making up your own questions and answers. Bye-bye.